Welcome back, and sorry for the delay on this one. So this is part two of my movies, my top 10 movies with Jar Jar Binks Syndrome. Number 5 is TMNT 2014, April O'Neil. And I remember, I don't know if you watched the video where I was talking about top 10 coolest women, April O'Neil's number 1. And I was concerned that with the new TMNT movie, they're going to make her a sex symbol instead of make her a cool character. But what I didn't think of, which some people did, and I think I even brought this up in my review, was that there was going to be too much focus on April O'Neil and not enough on the turtles themselves. And that did happen, unfortunately. There was too much of her. She was too much in the forefront. It was okay for her to be the starting point to have us be introduced to the turtles through her. And their introduction I thought was good, but at times there was too much April. And thankfully, in the second movie, I don't know if there was because of the new director or the writers or even Michael Bay himself producing it, they pulled back April and let the turtles be in the forefront. And she was definitely the sidekick and had a lot less screen time, which I think helps the movie. And that's why I like the second one a little bit more, because it really does focus on the turtles, and as well as it's a lot more like the 80s and 90s cartoon which I grew up with. And sorry. I think that it's good that they saw they fixed that mistake, and they saw that, hey, there's too much of her and we should fix it for this second one, which is something that Michael Bay did not do in number 4 on my list. The first 3 Transformers movie, Sam Witwicky. Now, the first movie, it was fine for him, just like April O'Neil. You use him to introduce the Transformers, but you stay with the Transformers the majority of the time. Unfortunately, there was a little bit too much Sam Witwicky in that one, and if they had just been have him there, I would have just used that one. But instead, he's such a focal point in the second and third movie. It's like, no, this is supposed to be about the Transformers. Let's follow them. One thing I did like about the second Transformers movie, which I did not like as a whole, but at least at the beginning, we show the Transformers. They opens with them doing their thing, whereas the other 2 movies, it's all about Sam Witwicky in the beginning, and there's way too much of him. And by the time the third one's like, okay, it's enough. We need the Transformers here. Don't save them for the third act. But yeah, there's just too much of them, I think. And if he had been scaled down just a little bit, I think the third movie would have been a lot better. And the first movie, I think, needed to have just a little bit more to really build up. Even though I will say I like the first Transformers movie, it could have done with a little less of Sam Witwicky. Second movie, though, that had a lot of problems. Ugh. Now, number 3 on my list. Now, I said before I wasn't going to mention Jar Jar Binks, and I wasn't going to mention the Ewoks, but there is a character from one of the latest Star Wars movies I have to talk about. It was in Star Wars The Last Jedi. You know these things that I'm talking about. Number 3 is the No, it's not the Porgs. The Porgs didn't really bother me too much, to be honest. I was not like a fan of the Porgs, but they weren't in the movie enough, and they didn't take too much away from other characters for me to really hate them. The real number 3 on my list is from The Last Jedi, and it's Rose. I hate Rose in this movie. Where do I start? Okay, first of all, when we first introduce her, she's crying, and she's, my sister died in that attack, against the First Order. And I'm thinking, wait, which one was your sister? There were a lot of people that died there. Which one was she? And then she showed that little necklace that she has. Oh, the suicide bomber, I guess. I didn't really care about that character. Why should I care now? Why should I care about you? They didn't really give us a reason to care about her. And then that whole thing on the gambling planet where she's like, wish I could put my fist to the entire planet. That was unnecessary, because it could have been Finn finding out on his own about what is beneath this very lavish and luxurious exterior. He should have figured that out on his own in order to build his character, because I did like him being like, oh, this is so cool, this is awesome, but he should have found out himself. It didn't have to be spoon fed to him and by process us about, oh, there's a dark underbelly to this planet. And she showed up. She has way too much screen time. She has way too much dedicated to her when we should have been focusing more on Finn, Poe, and Rey. Rey got, I'm going to put Rey aside because I did like what they did with Rey as far as her trying to become a Jedi and learn from Luke, as well as trying to convince him to join the Resistance. I did like that stuff, but with Rose, it was way too much of her being basically spoon feeding a lot of the stuff that we're supposed to care about, when I don't like this character too much. And then the worst thing she does is at the end, towards the end of the movie, where Finn's about to sacrifice herself to stop that giant battering ram laser, and then she comes in, knocks him out of the sky, and then she gives that stupid speech of, we don't fight for what we hate, we fight for what we love. When I saw this movie, I saw it twice in the theater. I saw it once here in Japan, and I saw it once with my family in America. And when I saw it here, it was in a packed theater with my buddies. And when I was in the States, it was a half-packed theater, but I was with my pop and my brothers. And so I couldn't do it because I couldn't do what I wanted to do, because I just wanted to do the biggest jerk off motion I could possibly do, because I was like, oh, fucking blow me. It was like, that was such BS. And even like when I saw my pop and my brothers, I was coming out like, bullshit. And they thought I was laughing, but I wasn't. I was pissed, because that's a totally stupid thing. Not to mention, it's happening while the First Order is knocking down that barricades. Yeah, tell that stupid line to them when they're about to die. And not to mention, after I saw this, I immediately thought of what I would have suggested to Rian Johnson or whoever else was there making the movies. Why don't we do this? Have, instead of Rose save Finn, have Poe save Finn. Don't give a speech about love and hate. Give a speech instead of, we don't need any more dead heroes. That way it helps Poe build his character, because he didn't get enough character growth in that movie. He basically got none. You wasted all of it on this character that is not any good. Ugh. Yeah, totally wasted character, totally forgettable character, except for the anger she brings me, because you could have used that time to build Finn and Poe where they really needed it, to really build their characters for the third movie. Number 2 on my list is Baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This, to me, is the worst part of Guardians 2. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. I mean, it wasn't great, but it had the best Stan Lee cameo, in my opinion. And not to mention, it was just a fun little romp that didn't serve too much purpose, but at least I was entertained through it. But when it comes to Baby Groot, oh, I hated Baby Groot. From the opening sequence, which could be a really interesting way to show off the Guardians and what their job is now, as well as be part of the opening credits. We are watching Baby Groot dance for the half of the damn thing. It's like, get out of the way, Baby Groot. I don't care about you. I don't want to see you. I want to see the action. I want to see the fight with the Guardians facing this giant monster that's attacking. I want to see that. I don't want to see you dancing and make a fool of yourself. And it's so... it reminded me of the Godzilla movie that came out in 2014, where so often they were not showing us what we wanted to see, which is the action. They were showing us something we didn't need to see, which was Baby Groot. And that, you can just tell Baby Groot was put there by Disney to just be the mascot and to make plushies and dolls and all this other stuff to make money for merchandising. Oh, in the middle of the movie, they basically have a bunch of Ravengers screaming at Groot, Baby Groot, mascot, mascot, mascot. It might as well have been wearing Disney hats while they're at it. But Not to mention, there's a scene where Groot he doesn't understand things, but it goes on way too long, and there's just so many moments where Groot takes up way too much time, and that I just hated him. He's one of the worst characters that I'd seen that in good movies. But the one good thing they did with Baby Groot in Guardians 2 was they made him a teenager at the end. That was funny. I thought that was funny. But as much as I was irritated by Baby Groot and that he really made me mad at times, he's not number one. Number one is the kids in Jurassic Park series. Yes, let's. It's not just our first movie. I've talked about how those kids annoyed me with that one girl. It's like I'm a vegetarian, which sounded like how people think vegans sound now, and also the fact that she waves that stupid flashlight to get the T-Rex's attention and attacks the Jeep. Those two kids were just annoying throughout the entire thing. Her, the little boy, was always causing trouble as well with her sister, and he like, I'm too scared to move, and I'm too scared. It's like, bitch, you better freaking move, or else you're going to die. But no, and then that kitchen scene. The first time I watched it, I thought it was really cool, but then repeated viewings, I'm rooting for the raptors. I'm rooting for raptors to eat these kids. They're so annoying, and they're so irritating. It's like, come on, eat them, eat them, eat them. But it doesn't stop there. In the second movie, we have Ian Malcolm's child, which he barely mentions in the first movie. And she's not that interesting. She's kind of annoying, and she's kind of like the stowaway. And we got to protect this child from getting eaten by the dinosaurs. And she does what at that point nobody had ever done, which is kill a velociraptor, but she does it in the stupidest way possible. They mentioned briefly she wanted to be a gymnast, and she uses the parallel bars or uneven bars or whatever they're called in gymnastics. I don't know. And she uses that, swings around, and kicks a raptor out. Like, are you? Oh, I was really annoyed with that scene. I was like, come on, couldn't you have found a better way to kill off the first time you ever kill a raptor? That's what you're gonna do. And then in Jurassic World, those two boys were just annoying as hell. You had the creeper older brother just staring at chicks. I was like, I'm surprised he didn't get maced at one point. Not to mention the little boy that's like, I'm dead or getting divorced. Like, where did that come from? Why should I care? You're annoying as hell. You're just spouting out dinosaur facts as if we should care about this park. Not to mention the fact that you have the scene where the two of them are talking, hey, I'm always going to be here for you. Said, you're not always going to be there. And they were just really dumb and annoying the crap out of me for the most part, especially the younger one. I actually wanted one of them to be eaten, because they were just, if you want to do something different with the Jurassic movies, kill one of the kids. But you might be wondering, wait, didn't you skip a movie? Yes, I did. Jurassic Park 3 has the best kid character. How is that possible? Which the movie is arguably the worst one, has the best kid character. What the hell is going on here? Yeah, he's not annoying. He's pretty smart. He's intuitive. He's resourceful. He gets things done. He's not a helpless victim. He's kind of like Newt, but not as cool. But yeah, other than him, there are no really good kid characters in the Jurassic series. That's why I'm kind of concerned with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Came out in the States already, and it comes out here in Japan this Friday, actually. And so I was like, oh, there's going to be another kid character. This kid, I have a bad feeling he's going to annoy the crap out of me again. What do you think? What's the movie you think that suffers the most from Jar Jar Binks Syndrome? Don't say it's Episode 1, or don't say Return of the Jedi. Those have been talked about to death. What are some other movies you think have this kind of side characters that get way too much screen time? So this week I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, hopefully, if I can clear off some time on my schedule. So until then, take care. Later.